Okay, a lot of people who are outdoorsy types, hunters, that kind of thing, they have their different versions of the survival kit in a little can you can put in your pocket. So I'll get around to showing you all of mine eventually, but today I just want to show you the flashlight or the light source. There's the batteries for it. We'll get around to all of that eventually. But today I just want to show you this. This is the light, this is the batteries for it, and this is an accessory, a clip that I'll show you. I'll use in a bit. So, this is the light. It's inside a rubber tube. You need something to poke it out. Out in the bush you'd use, I don't know, a twig or something. Careful not to damage it. The tube is mostly to protect this one little wire lead that sticks out. So, you do that. Oh yeah, notice the cord is long enough to put it around your neck. But that's what you want to do. You don't want to lose your light. It's very important. So you put it around your neck and wear it around your neck when you're not using it so you don't lose it. So this is the light. I'll do a close-up of that later. Okay, here's a close-up of the light. It's just the element out of a cheap Dollarama LED flashlight. It just had one LED. When I stripped it out, this is what I had. Now this was a long, coily, springy thing that I cut off and reshaped to be like that. This is the other contact, this little silver piece here at the other end. That's the other contact for the electricity. And then I just used some hot glue gun glue to embed things, make them a little more rugged, leave the important. Drilled a tiny hole in the circuit board so I could attach the cord. That's about it for that. Now these are the battery packs, the packs that the batteries come in. You gotta watch for what I'm gonna show you. These are half-size ones. They're about half as thick. You can see that. And they come with the positive side down, and these ones come with the positive side up. But they're all watch batteries. Now, you got this doohickey that I'll show you close up, or I did already. There's a knife similar to this in the survival kit. You can take this, and what you do is, first of all, you cut at the bottom, right next to the paper. You cut about, I don't know, a quarter of a way around, maybe a little less. And then you take the knife and then you cut this way around the edge so that you can cut out that little flap and pull it out. And that lets you do this little hack with just the case and the flashlight, the light that I give you. We use the case as part of the... It's a little fiddly when we do it that way. Ooh. Okay, and so that, you can see that, that's just the case holding the contacts in place for the LED. So that's one hack you can do. You don't need the clip for that. That's if you want to stay in place. Now the clip is if you want to move around a bit. And the clip has a whole bunch of other uses in the kit. Like you can use it for a clothespin, you got to dry out your clothes. You can use it to repair your clothes if you got a tear or something. You can temporarily seal it off with that. Use it for hang a signal in a tree. You can also use it on the end of a fishing pole. You got a fishing pole. Most of the time when you're fishing survival style, just a piece of fishing string, you tie the fishing string around the end of the pole and whatever length you have, 10, 15 feet, that's what you use. But this will give you a little more control of the line. You take it, clip it on the end of the fishing pole, flip it this way, around that way, and you have an eye hook you can thread the line through. Keep these lined up. But you bring the line through, you can bring the line through and then you bring it down, and that gives you more control. You can have some slack. Of course, you tie the line off at the bottom of the pole too, but that'll give you more slack so you can play the fish a bit more. You can get a little bit of cast too, and that you got slack here and You know, same as kit, gives you a so that's one use for the clip. Another use. Another is to conserve fishing line, or a couple of uses. Like most kits have, I got fishing line in here, some 30-pound spider wire, and some heavier line. I only got about 20 feet of that. I got about 30 feet of that. Now, if you want to conserve fishing line, what you would do is you got to hide the line. This line is too big, the fish will see it. So what you want to do is put this thing like that. You pass the big line through there, a loop of it, tie it off, and then the smaller line you put through here. And now you only need about 4 or 5 feet of your fishing line to hide the line from the fish. And or if you need to get out further, if you want to use both your lines to get out your cordage and your fishing line, get out as far as you can. You put your cordage on the end of this, your fishing line on the end of that, and you just throw it as far as you can out in the bush. Or for a night line, you can fish overnight, put 2 or 3 lines off of this and your heavy cordage off that, tie it off on shore somewhere, and then, you know, 4 or 5 feet with a hook and some bait on it, you throw it out overnight, and that'll give you a better chance of that. So that's one use for the clip. But the other use of the clip is, see the flashlight here. We'll take this battery out now. Now, let's take, it's got to work this way, see? Okay, so you line that all up. And use the clip to hold it together. I painted the inside of the clip with a couple layers of nail polish. I think that works. What was this? It works from the side. Let's try it from the bottom. I don't think it reaches up far enough. No, you gotta do it from the side. Depending on the size of the clip. Do this again. See, there's that wire across the back. And I'm deliberately showing you guys how kind of fumbly all this stuff is on most of my, yeah, that's the way some of this stuff is. You gotta fiddle with it. There, now we got good contact. Now see that, you can fold this way. Hold these tabs down. And now you got something to carry around with, shine a little bit more control, a little bigger than trying to hold on to. And you can even wear it around your neck if you had to. To give you some light to work with both your hands. And I'll show you how much light it gives out. Now I'm curious to see how long it lasts on these batteries. They're all fairly old, these batteries. They expired like last year. But these half-size ones, when I did this, they ran for about an hour, hour and a half before they'll do it. So these ones are twice as big and they're fresher. So, and that's the reason why I do that, is that instead of just one battery, depending on if one battery dies, well, you got a couple other choices. This is how they come packaged in 3. But if one battery dies, well, you got some redundancy, and plus you got 3 times as much light for 3 times as long for not much bigger. And you know, like I said, you can use the package to hack the lamp. That's all you need. Now you could cut these out individually, but I cut them out for the smallest area where they were glued together to still keep the glue. If you cut these out individually and left them in their plastic bubble, I would glue them down around the side so you can do that hack. And that might make it a little smaller in the case, but by itself, that's not too bad. And I mean, it'll give you all of those little key watch things that people use for their survival kits, the little key fob lights and that kind of thing, the tiny flashlights. They have these kind of batteries in them, not any bigger than that, and the same LED, so it lasts just as long, but it takes up a lot less space. Is there anything else I want to cover about this? I guess that's about it. Other than I'll see how long this runs. And of course, when you're not using the flashlight, you want to put it back in its tube. Be careful not to bend the contact. Put it back in the rubber tube. And that's about as minimalist as a flashlight gets, a battery and the light bulb. can't take up much more. But like I say, I like that you got 3 times as much, light for 3 times as long, and three shots in case the battery dies because it was manufactured wrong or something. So that's about it for the mini flashlight. I'll get back to you on how long that lasted. I'm gonna leave it like that till it burns out, and I'll see how long it will last. Of course, we're gonna have to get a new one. I like to keep them in 3 because that's factory sealed, no moisture, no grease got on them. They're right from the factory. Cut them out like that. You can still do the hack. So there you go. You can take it from what you will from that for your own kit if you do that kind of thing. And that's it for now. Good hunting and sweet water, my friends.